Chapter 1: Niches to write in. As we mentioned earlier, the Google Keyword Tool is one way to help you identify topics through researching interesting keywords. In this chapter, we'll walk you through how to use the Keyword Tool to get the best results. It's not just a matter of sitting there thinking up words, but actually using the tool to think them up for you. However, that's not the only way to really ramp up your potential topic appeal. The number one way to make your topics appealing to a wide audience is to have a knockout title. Yes, that's right. The first step of identifying topics starts with titles, and the search engines weight these heavily in their search engine algorithms. So, while you can use the Keyword Tool to help you locate words to use in your title, to give your articles some search engine optimization, SEO, the real way to make them profitable is to make them grab the reader as well as the search engine. Finally, even having a good idea of what topics you want to address, you still might have to think up multiple articles for the same topic. That's where a tool called Rack and Write Mixer can help you generate titles from various disjointed phrases and power words that you have thought up. This way, it takes a little less time to brainstorm potential topics, and they are targeting all of the elements of good internet marketing too. How to use the Keyword Tool. We've talked a little about the Keyword Tool already, but now we will go into the details of how to use this tool to start generating titles that make your topics profitable and optimized for maximum exposure. Set it up for the proper language. One of the first things you should do is to set up the tool for whatever country and language your major audience happens to be. You can find out what your biggest audience is regionally by checking the administrative panel of your website for the makeup of countries visiting your site. This is important, even for all English language sites, because even English is spoken differently around the world. People in the UK will visit a site and see different spellings, and instead of realizing that you are an American company, they might think you are just not a very good speller, and thus unprofessional. So, try to suit the tool to the language you want to highlight most. At the very top of the tool you will see a sentence that says, "Results are tailored to English, United States." There is a link next to that simply says, Edit. Choose the link and change the main language and country, if necessary. Search descriptive words or phrases. The tool can search 3 different ways: based on a keyword or phrase, based on a URL, or based on some content. For this section, we'll concentrate on choosing to search by descriptive words or phrases by making sure the radio button is selected. Next, you want to enter the word or phrase that you've brainstormed to start the process of finding other ideas or words that might work for you. You will need to type in the letters in the CAPTCHA facility that keeps spammers off the site, but it doesn't do anything to your search results. After you get the results back, you can search through the list and look at the competition for the keyword or phrase, the approximate search volume for the month, and the average search volume. In general, what you want to find is a word that has a low level of competition with a high search volume. Of course, that's nearly impossible to find these days, as advertisers are very savvy. But you can at least get a good idea of which ones are worth trying to use. If you use something with a high advertiser's competition value and a high search volume, the odds of being in the top search results are practically non-existent because major players are hogging the traffic on those. There are other search metrics that you can add to your list after it is generated. You have to use the drop-down box that says, Choose columns to display, to add other columns. One other column that is great to see in the results list is estimated AVG. CPC, which gives you an idea of the payout associated with the keyword or phrase in the Google AdWords system. Using low competition words with high CPC values is one way to generate more Google AdWords dollars on your own sites, as SEO articles will queue the Google server to serve up ads related to what's on your page. If it sees high-paying words, the ads served that people can have the opportunity to click are often also high-paying ads. If you find some additional keywords in the results that lead you to new keywords, don't be afraid to pull them out of the list and run them alone in the keyword tool to see what comes up. You will find this helps you to brainstorm different ways to find words for your topic title that are going to bring in traffic and money to your sites. Search web page URL. Another way to use the keyword tool to analyze the keywords being used on another web page. This is a great way to generate keywords off competitors' sites without too much effort. If you know of sites similar to your own that are already doing a great job attracting traffic, then you should use this tool to find out what keywords they are using. The way you do that is to switch the radio button from descriptive words or phrases to website content. It will then return a results list that will be sorted in groups by whatever the major keyword or phrase used happens to be. This is a very easy way to get a list of usable keywords, but do realize that keywords campaign change frequently as new trends are identified. Generate keywords for already written articles. Maybe you've written articles already, but they're not generating much attention. You can still use the tool to help you optimize the articles and change the titles. All you do is choose the website content radio button and use the link under the box for the URL to add your text into a box instead. Then, the tool will go through the topic and suggest keywords to use in it. All you have to do is change some words here and there and add a different title to get these stale articles to become stars in your writing lineup. Just remember that you can't put duplicate content on your website, or Google will penalize you. It doesn't understand that you wrote the same articles, only that they appear plagiarized because more than one copy shows up. So, be sure to make the new articles sufficiently different so that you aren't penalized by Google, or remove the old copies and replace them with new ones. Creating knockout titles. Now that you understand the importance of researching keywords and how to do it, we'll begin to get started creating knockout titles. The first rule of thumb is that the first 3 to 5 words in the title carry the most weight with the search engines. They will determine the success of your article for the most part. So, it's important that they contain some of the keywords and also some power words to the interest of people who are surfing the web. After all, if you just wrote for search engines, let's be honest, no one would want to read your articles. You need something in there to make the titles interesting to readers too. As with most marketing, the way to sell something is to invoke an emotional response first, followed by a justification for buying into a particular product. The same is true when you are writing to attract attention. You want to create titles that have an emotional draw to them, but also don't forego the logical reason why someone should take the time to read your writing. And, of course, you have to include the keywords too. It sounds like a lot of work, but it's not. All you really need is a good thesaurus. You will take the same old titles you think up and kick them up a notch by finding powerful words that have an emotional effect on your reader. For instance, check out any marketing book and you will see that some words have a higher emotional value than others and sell your products better. These words are things like super, improved, gold, platinum, etc. Well, you can use a thesaurus to kickstart the brainstorming process to get words in your title that have a more direct emotional appeal. And, try to find action verbs that really engage the reader's senses and makes your title come alive. If you have the money, you should invest in a very good program called Visual Thesaurus. It not only gives you alternative words for your titles, but also lets you drill down those alternatives to find even more words that might work for you. Eventually, you will start to develop a list of power words that you can use over and over again with great results. Chapter 2 Tools. As you are probably starting to notice, using different tools can really impact your productivity. Speed writing isn't just about how fast you can type, it's also about the many technical aids that are available now due to the power of modern electronics. Yes, many of them cost money to get, but they also end up being a great investment that can pay you back by freeing up additional time, and some will even help maintain your sanity and health too as you start to mass produce articles for the internet. So, without delay, let's get started discussing the great products out there that can boost your productivity into the stratosphere. Dragon Naturally Speaking. Once you start to type article after article, maybe an e-book in between, you might start feeling the beginning symptoms of carpal tunnel syndrome. This is a very serious disorder that affects the tendons in your hands and can cause a great deal of pain. It can keep you off the keyboard for long periods of time too. So, getting a program that saves your wrists while it increases your writing speed is really a great investment for you as a content developer. This program, Dragon Naturally Speaking 10, is a godsend for internet marketers who may have a good idea of what they want to say, but have very poor typing skills. It allows them to speak and have the program type the spoken words into a word processor for you. It may take a while to get used to, but the newer version has about a 99% accuracy rate. You will still need to proofread your work before you send it, but generally that makes it even easier to do. If you type something, you will notice that reading it over for grammatical errors is harder for the writer, and that's why people generally hand off their work to others to proofread. But, if you speak the words, your eyes will see the words as new and won't be as likely to filter out the mistakes when you proofread. If you can't imagine how much this program can speed up your writing, think about this. Nuance.com, the makers of Dragon Naturally Speaking 10, estimate that people typically type less than 40 words per minute, but can speak up to 120 words per minute. That's 3 times faster. So, if you get into the hang of using this program, you will have the potential to be 3 times faster than normal. Now, that isn't the only benefit you get with Dragon Naturally Speaking 10. You can also search the web much quicker by using web commands to do your surfing. In fact, you can even create word commands that allow you to insert blocks of texts or images into your documents. This is particularly effective for inserting signatures. The program isn't just used with Microsoft Word. You can also use it with Outlook, Excel, Corel, and WordPerfect. There is even an option to use a handheld device when you're not near the PC to later use with Dragon Naturally Speaking to insert into your documents. It is also compatible with a Nuance-approved Bluetooth headsets. The program is pricey at $199 plus shipping and handling fees. But, it is a software program that is guaranteed to save your wrists and speed up your writing with dramatic effects. Please see the resource section to find a link to this product, which is available at Visual Thesaurus. Another great program that isn't nearly so expensive. The Visual Thesaurus, available at, generates a blossom of related word branches from a single word that you put into it. As you see them visually, you can also drill down by clicking on any word in that layout. This is great for brainstorming word lists. It is based on a monthly or a yearly subscription of $2.95 per month or $19.95 per year. This little online tool can help you generate your power words much more quickly. This will help you build customized word lists on any topic that you can imagine or think up. What's even nicer is that this tool is based on a community concept. If you want to look up other people's word lists, you can. That can save you enormous amounts of time creating power word lists. It comes with over 145,000 English words with 115,000 associated meanings. You can even use this tool with several different languages: Spanish, German, Italian, Dutch, and French. Mind Manager Pro. We talked briefly about this tool in Chapter 2. It is used in our system to create brainstorming sessions that not only increase the speed with which you do steps 2 and 3, structure and research. This program retails for $349, but is well worth it. You can not only map your ideas, but you can also write your articles within the mind mapping program. You can go across more than one page and see everything at once. It's a great way to create outlines that include all your relevant research notes too, as each of the branches allows you to insert notes. You can include links to website URLs, insert images, spreadsheets, and other types of research information that can be helpful when writing the articles. After you're done, you can export it to Word and finalize your copy there. Inspiration. This is another mind mapping program, but it costs much less, $69. You can do about the same things you would do in Mind Manager, except for generating a table of contents. These programs